It's time now for the award-winning #1 local talk show in Northeast Pennsylvania, The Sam Lesante Show. Now here's your host, Sam Lesante.
Well, everybody, welcome to the Mayor's Report. We have two Mayor's Report, one in Pottsville, one in Hazleton. We're here today with Mayor Jeff Cusat. And folks, you're in for a pleasant show. This is the place we're at today. We're at the Hazleton Public Transit, the John M. Ford Storage and Maintenance Facility. It's in Hazel Township, but it's on the airport property, which is owned by Hazleton. And we're here with Mayor Jeff Cusat. Before we get into the show, I have to tell you, you had me in tears. I was watching our news, and they covered the Easter thing that you did up at the park. And when I saw all those families there and how happy they were, and I felt so good. And I said, now there's a mayor that really is concerned about really not politics, but helping people out. And I called you, as you know, okay? And just to thank you for what you did for this. It was a huge success, wasn't it?
It was. It was a great time. There was 503 children this year, and the kids come from everywhere, and it's a great event. We have a lot of sponsors, a lot of businesses and individuals set up. Yeah. Stations along the trail. You go through and you get your picture with the Easter Bunny at the end. So it's a great event.
You had food there. You had it was a nice day. It worked out perfect.
It's great, and we love to do kid events. The Halloween trail. There's even more people that come to it. I believe there was 823 kids at this year's Halloween Trail of Treats. And we also do the Santa Claus event, which Santa Claus, it's 3-4 separate nights.
When you were thinking about doing, working at City View, did you envision how successful it would be?
I always had a vision for what it would look like. I never thought we'd get there. That project has been going on since the late '80s. I didn't know about the project till later when we met with the engineers, and they brought out all these architectural plans and said this was supposed to take place in the 80s and 90s, and it's similar to what I wanted to do, except for I put more pavilions in, and the concerts, the stage, or a raised pavilion so it could be utilized as a stage. The children's all-inclusive playground. The walking trail. We're working right now on putting in a concession stand so that the recreation department can sell food at some of these events, so they can bring money back into the parks. There's so much going on. We recently met to actually expand the all-inclusive playground to add another section. I always envisioned having another section for 2 to 5-year-old children. So not that they can't go in the bigger section, but even to give them more opportunity to play in a nice environment. So there's a lot going on.
It really developed it. Now, speaking of not imagination, but creating things, I mentioned to you that we're here at the Hazleton Public Transit, the John M. Ford Storage and Maintenance Facility, and you're going to see a beautiful building, over $27 million. Now, let's talk about, yes.
No tax money.
This is what I wanted to say. So I was saying, taxpayers say, where's my money? So how did this thing start, Jeff? And when they see, this, I just took the tour, Jeff gave me a tour here, is absolutely state-of-the-art. It's fantastic. How did this whole thing evolve?
Back in 2016, I was talking to Ralph Sharp in charge of the transit, and I wanted to try to come up with a plan to utilize the airport and airplane hangars to store all our buses. So we threw that around for a little while, and then Ralph came back to me. He goes, hey, there's an opportunity to build a maintenance facility. Do you want to try that? And I'm like, yeah, we could try it. We have land up here at the airport. And it just snowballed into this facility that is just unbelievable and amazing to see that it's here. And $28 million. It didn't cost us anything. We went through the whole process of designing it and how to fit it to the landscape of the building. And we had to go through some construction issues to put the retaining walls up and expand the lot. So it's not a cookie cutter. It was actually it was designed to fit this property. The plan for the buses to come in is when they finish their daily route, they would come up and enter the property and fill up with gas before you go out. So you come in, you fill up with gas, and we're saving money there. You hang a right, come into the building, take it right into the bus wash. So that way, keeping the buses clean will make them last longer, which keep them on the road longer, and in theory, save us money in the long run. Then you come in and you either go to the maintenance shop or you park the bus for the next day on the way out. You'll see the size of the maintenance shop is unbelievable. 3 or 4 bays, change our own tires, do all the engine maintenance. It's just an amazing facility back there. The facility for the bus drivers, they have their own private bathrooms and lunchroom. Then, as you see, we're sitting here in the
beautiful conference
room that can be utilized by the city for any type of an event, or could actually open up for any organization that needs a facility to teach a class or have something. We have all the technologies in here now.
So this could be open if you want to make a presentation or a seminar or whatever.
Yeah, we'll be able to offer it to people.
Do you have rates for this?
No, we really haven't thought that much about it. Because we just opened last month.
Yeah.
It's not even a month yet. Yeah. But it's here. The opportunity is there if needed. It's just a magnificent facility.
You have, is this 24 hours? Is someone in the building 24 hours? Or?
I believe the maintenance guys are here overnight to make sure everything's running.
So this is where they start out to do all their different routes, right?
Correct, yes. The bus drivers will come in the morning, and I believe we start our routes at 5:30, 6 in the morning, and they run till 11, 12 o'clock at night. We talked about everywhere you go, and you'll see the video at the end of the show of all the stuff that is offered to the people of Hazleton area.
It's funny, Jeff, when we did the Hazleton Public Transit is one of the major sponsors of the show. But when we talked about the different locations and where the buses go, a lot of people did not know that, and so this getting an education as what's available to them. It's safe too. A lady asked me, she said, "Mr. Lesante, are the buses safe?" And I can understand that. You have a senior gets on the bus, and they want to make sure that they're safe.
Yeah, they're safe. They're clean. You'll see how clean they are. Yeah. But I don't think the people realize how far and extensive of the routes we have, going all the way down to Weatherly and like McAdoo, all the way up to Wyoming Valley Mall, Public Square. Public Square is where you get off. You could get off in the station and get on any of their buses, so you could transfer to go anywhere else, or take a private bus into the city. And then we also go up to Mohegan Sun. 3 times a day we're up in Wilkes-Barre. So there's a lot of...
Now, the schedules, if someone wants to know the schedules, like if they want to go to Mohegan Sun and spend a day, you have when they get there and come back?
The hard copies of the schedule can be picked up at the transit facility on 126 Mine Street, or they could be picked up at City Hall or at hpt.com. Right. You could look online.
So you can check that out. So some people, if they want to go down for the day, so you do have morning and night pickup, or
the buses run. Yeah. So it depends on what the route is and what time they go past.
I was taping or recording the Luzerne Report with Alan Stout, and so my son and I had meet someone for lunch in the square, and I saw the Hazleton Transit bus there. I said, "Well, I thought it was in Hazleton, was it?"
Yeah, we share a lot of commerce up there. So,
okay, folks, I'm here at the Hazleton Public Transit, the John M. Ford Storage and Maintenance Facility, and they couldn't have named it after a better person. For those of you who knew Mr. Ford, he was just one person that just gave his all for the community and also for the citizens. And he wasn't a braggart. He was a very quiet guy, Jeff.
Yeah, I met him in the late 2010, early 2011, when I first decided to get into politics, and we became very close. And I would go down every morning and see him in his shop, and then I'd go off to work, and it was just, we became very close.
When I was, of course, he was on my show a number of times, but I remember when you were running, and I said, well, John, what do you think about this Jeff Cusat? He says, you know, Sammy, he said, with some work, he's going to be a good mayor, you know. And I said, good, but he did a lot of things, Jeff.
Yes.
But he never wanted to, get the praise for it. Yeah, didn't you find that with him as well?
I did, and he would tell me stories every day, and the things he was involved in, it's just amazing, like, what he did for people, and never took credit for anything, anonymous donations he made, and yeah, great guy, really great guy.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right after this. Welcome back to the Mayor's Report, and we give two Mayor's Report, Mayor Pottsville and Mayor Hazleton. Today we're with Mayor Jeff Cusat from Hazleton, and I'm at this fabulous place, the Hazleton Public Transit, the John M. Ford Storage and Maintenance Facility. It's in Hazel Township, but it's on the Hazleton Airport property, and it's over $27 million, didn't cost us 1 cent. Mayor Cusat joins me now. So once again, the facility, let's say someone would like to take a look at the facility. Did you have?
They would have to set that up with Easton Coach.
So Easton Coach does what now?
Easton Coach, we outsource all our bus requirements to Easton Coach. Every 3 or 4 years it's put out for bid. Easton Coach has been our provider for several years now. So they actually take over control of the building. We do have an office here. I have an office. Ralph has an office here if needed. We have access to the conference room. But anything else in the facility is basically under their lease or the agreement they have. So they have been willing to give some people the walking tours, especially when the facility is not active. Like once the buses are out of, it's not as dangerous to be in here. So
I understand. And you have I meant to mention that you have a major dispatch where they know where all the buses are at all times.
The buses there's a tracking system. We talked about that a couple of years ago on your show when we have a mapping system. We know where every bus is at all times. And
do the drivers have radios too that they?
Yes. Oh yes.
If they run into a problem, or if there's any concern.
There's cameras on every bus. They're very safe to ride the buses.
Yeah.
In constant communication with the dispatch room I showed you before. So it's quite an operation we have.
Here again, we talked about safety. God forbid something should happen on the bus, someone's sick or whatever. They have access to get the proper medical care. And also if they're coming in interstate and there's a major accident someplace and they're able to be notified. So I mean, it's just like in your car.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's everything is GPS. It's tracking. The touch system to use, even the payment systems. We have the touch system now with the cards, the phone tap system, the app system, or you could still pay the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, the old-fashioned way. All right, so next month we have a lot of great things happening. Let's talk about what's going on next month.
Well, first of all, so we have the summer concert series. Rockin' the Mountain is going to start. We teamed up with the Visitors Bureau of Luzerne County. Last couple of years, they had the Rock in the River. We had our own concerts up at the park, and last year I thought maybe we could get together and try to tie them in. So this year we're going to try to do that. So we're going to have 3 concerts at City View Park, Rock in the Mountain, and then the following 3 weeks we'll be up on the river, and so we'll have 6 shows. If all well, maybe we'll do some more at the end and come back to Hazleton. City View Park, I believe, is booked every weekend this summer.
Wow.
It's amazing. It's all going to start Father's Day weekend. We have the annual pole climbers memorial, the rodeo they call it. It's a national event, beautiful event. If you have the opportunity to go up there, it's a lot of fun to go watch the guys compete and go up and down. They come from all over the country.
You're going to do one of the poles, I think.
No, I rode the bull this week. That was enough for me.
You did?
Downtown for the Cinco de Mayo event. I got on the mechanical bull. But the City View Park is really booked solid, and there's a lot of great events. The Wine Fest, is up there again this year. A lot of private events, looking to do a car show. I got a couple calls about doing car shows up there.
Yeah, perfect for that.
So, yeah, it's out of
The place
way.
is laid out so convenient, and you said you're putting different stands. They got food, they have entertainment. Now, speaking of buses, the Hazleton Transit.
So that's what I was trying to tie in there. So to get to our concert series, we actually got because the parking is limited up there. Maybe 400 cars. People start parking on the roads, which is very dangerous to park on Poplar Street or 424. So like the fireworks, we have a bus routes set up where you could pick up the bus and it'll take you up to the park, drop you off. And like any other system, you just get up there, you wave your hand down, and we'll stop. So the route's going to be from the terminal on Church Street. We'll go past Laurel Street Park, go up, come down Wyoming Street, go to the parking garage. So you have the Wyoming Street, the Feely lot, Wyoming Street parking garage. We'll make the left-hand turn over the Chestnut lot, and then come up Poplar Street. We are looking to reach out to Holy Rosary and PPL, see if we could park in their spot, the parking lots if needed, and just stand on the curb and wave us down, and we're good. Right. So we do have some good music. June 21st, we have Six Shots, a local band. And it was Philadelphia Freedom. It's a tribute to Elton John. Friday, June 28th, we have Leanne and Company, local band. And then we have an evening with Stevie, a tribute to Stevie Nicks and the Fleetwood Mac. July 5th, Ostrich Hat. And then Danny V's 52nd Street Band, a tribute to Billy Joel. So we have 3 of those, and then we're going to follow that up the next day with the annual firework event. So we have a very
So actually nothing's happening at the City View.
And the day before, it's the D'Angelo family thing. So the 4th, 5th, and 6th, 3 major events up at the park.
Now, there's a family, that D'Angelo family. In fact, I'll be interviewing Mr. and Mrs. Paul D'Angelo. I'm looking forward to that. Talking about, what they have done for the community and how they've contributed. It's just, they certainly giving a lot back, and I think, and you have a lot of great sponsors there as well.
Oh, we do have sponsors. Let me quick throw them
sure.
up. Lehigh Valley Hospital Network, the Visit Luzerne County, that's the Visitors Bureau, Discover NEPA, the Luzerne Foundation, Park Place Properties, it's a real estate company, Hazleton Eye Specialist, and then Donald Karpovich Law Firm.
Right. And my friends, you'll see, as I said, we're here at the Hazleton Public Transit, the John M. Ford Storage and Maintenance Facility. After this, you see another clip of what the Hazleton Public Transit really does. My email, sam@ssptv.com. Yes, I've received some of your messages. Some of the stuff that you asked me to ask the mayor, we've already covered. We do have, talking about the Visitors Bureau, we have the Luzerne visiting report, and we have the Schuylkill report. We have the mayor's report, both mayor's reports, and the school district report. We get a lot of comments, learning a lot more about the Hazleton area school district. So next month, we're going to be on location, right? Or we're going to be at the City View?
We're going to go up to City View Park.
And he's going to cook. We're going to have nice Italian food. And what else are you going to have for
Meatballs on a stick.
We'll see you next time.